What up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about something different. As most of you already know, I moved from upstate New York to Southern California this summer, and we moved to an area where we don't know a lot of people. And I've had to kind of start over as far as friends go and make new friends, which I am not naturally really great at. It's really hard for me in general to have close bonds with people because I'm very particular about the people that I want to get close with. And making friends as an adult is difficult, to say the least. Especially for me, my personality type in the Myers-Briggs is INFJ, and that type is notoriously known for being hard to connect with people. It's just difficult for us because we don't really think a lot of people understand us or get us, and because of that, it's hard for us to make connections with other people. But ever since I moved here, I made a promise to myself that I would actively pursue friendship, which is something that I haven't really done in a very long time since I moved away from home when I was 18 years old. So the fact that I'm doing it now is really awesome because it feels empowering, and I'm not a shy person. I am introverted, but I am outgoing when I want to be. As a kid, I feel like it was so much easier in like elementary school. I remember I would just go up to people and be like, hey, do you want to be my best friend? And they were like, sure. And then we were. Nowadays, it's a little more complicated, especially when you move to a new city where you know pretty much no one. So I wanted to talk about the different tips that I have for people out there going through the same thing. If you've moved to a new city, if you're going to college for the first time, whatever the situation may be, I want to tell you the different ways that I have started to form really quality, good friendships in the new city that I'm living in. So the first tip that I have for you is pretty obvious. Join a group. Something that you are interested in. This could be a group on Meetup. You could love to crochet or do cross stitch, or you could love to do hacky sack, or you could love watercolor painting, whatever. It could be anything. And you find a group on there that is interested in the same thing and join the meetup group. And then you can meet new people that way that have your same interest. You can also join a sports team or sports league. Say you're really into soccer or football or frisbee golf, whatever it is, you can join a group in your city or town that you are living in and meet people that way. It also really helps if you are part of a church or some sort of religious organization. I am part of a church here in San Diego and I love it. That is a really great way to meet new people as well. Another thing you can do is make online friendships a reality. So say you follow someone on Instagram that you really look up to and admire, or who looks interesting to you, and they live in your city that you just moved to, and you just feel like you guys would be friends. You know, you just read people's captions and you see what they post and you just get a vibe. You're like, wow, I can see us having a good time together. Reach out to them, slide into their DMs, see if they want to meet up, and go from there. It's just basically going up and shaking your hand, hugging someone, and meeting them, but doing it online. And that is how I made one of my first real friends here in San Diego. I saw her on Instagram. I loved what she was putting out. So I slid into her DMs and I was like, hey girl, you want to meet up for lunch? I don't know anyone here, but I'm looking to make more friends. And she was vegan, so it was a win-win. Back in upstate New York, I didn't have any real life vegan friends, just like a handful. So when I moved to Southern California, I really wanted to tap into the vegan community and seeing the people who were a part of it. So I put myself out there and she said yes, and we had lunch and we are friends still to this day, and she's amazing. I'm so excited and glad that I reached out to her, because if I didn't, then we wouldn't be friends today. Another way to meet friends online is by using different apps. There's an app that I like called Shaper. This isn't sponsored, by the way. I really just use this app. Shaper is more for networking and freelance stuff and connecting with people on a professional level. And there are some people who go on there for just purely friendship, but a lot of people go on there for collaborations. Say you make YouTube videos, for instance, and you are looking for a photographer to take pictures of you if you're like rebranding your site or whatever, or you need a videographer or someone to edit your videos, your photos, whatever it may be. You're looking to outsource in some way. You can find someone on Shaper who has the same interests and who is looking to do work in that field or or, you know, whatever you need work for. And it's kind of like Tinder, where you say that you like someone on there, like, yes, I want to meet them, and if they do the same for you, then you can chat on like a private message and talk to each other that way, and then you can just set up a time to meet for coffee, lunch, whatever. And I've actually met some really cool people from using this app, people that I would call on for advice, people that I would use for outsourcing things, just fellow entrepreneurs who have the same goals, mindsets as you. It's just nice to meet people like that. Another really obvious one is joining Facebook groups. Facebook groups are cool because they're more specific. There are some Facebook groups that I'm a part of. One of them, for instance, is a buy nothing group. So basically everyone in the group puts out pictures of things they want to give away that they have no use for anymore. Shoes, clothes, baby stuff, anything you can think of. This one girl was even giving away a Vitamix and a KitchenAid, giving it away for free. And you can go on there to ask people if they have anything that you need. So if you need a tripod for something, you could ask if anyone has a tripod that you can borrow or have, or if you need a baby monitor that they're not using, or a certain book, and they will reach out and tell you. And everyone's really responsive in the group. Everyone's really great. And the stuff that I've gotten from that group has been so amazing. Stuff that I just haven't had the money to buy at the moment or can't justify spending money on, but I need/want, and someone is giving it away, and I just end up commenting on it, messaging them, and they choose who they want to give it to. It's just amazing. So that's one cool group that I'm a part of. I'm also a part of like personal chef groups and San Diego chef groups, stuff like that. And then when you're in those groups, make it a point to reach out to people to see if they want to grab coffee. There's even lots of vegan groups on Facebook that you can be a part of as well. Another thing that's important when you're making friends in a new city is making it a priority. It's very easy to go through the motions of life. People get busy, we get tied down with work and different obligations, and we don't make time for friendships, especially making new friends, because making new friends takes a lot of time. You know, when you already have an established friendship, it's really easy to kind of just hang out with them and not have to put in a lot of like effort and like turn on, you know, just you can easily be just relaxed. But when you're making new friends, you kind of have to put in more of an effort, and starting new conversations with people that you don't know can be kind of awkward sometimes, and it just takes more mental focus, if you know what I mean. But to create really deep, meaningful new friendships, you really have to put some effort into it. And you can join all the groups, go to all the meetups in the world, but if you're not fully invested mentally in actually making time for new friendships, it'll never happen. And that leads me to my next point. Follow through and make plans happen. If you are a person who normally sits back and waits for the other person to initiate, maybe switch the roles and be the initiator. I am definitely someone who sits back and waits for the person to like finalize a plan. Well, I don't know, it depends on the situation, but sometimes I can be like that, and I don't really like that about myself, and I want to be more proactive about it. So instead of being that person when you run into someone and you guys say, oh, we should hang out sometime, and then you never actually do, if you actually want to hang out with them, then make it happen. Go ahead and text them the day after or a few hours later and say, hey, I'm free these days at this time. When are you free? Let's do this. And my last tip is just being okay with putting yourself out there and getting in uncomfortable situations that you're not really used to. And I know that's really scary, especially if you're shy and not very outgoing and not good with strangers. I'm not the best at it either. I mean, small talk gives me serious anxiety and I absolutely hate it. But at the end of the day, you just have to recognize and realize that small talk leads to bigger talk and topics that you actually want to discuss. Small talk is just something that you have to endure at times, especially when you're making new friends. So be progressive about it. Ask for someone's number. Set up a time right there to hang out with them in the next day or week. And it'll probably be uncomfortable for a little while, but the more you do it, the more you practice, the easier it will be. And the more people you will meet and the more friends you will eventually have. And I'm not saying that you should go for a quantity of friends, like a really high number of friendships that you've made. I'm talking about pursuing friendships that you actually care about and that you have a deep connection with. You want to surround yourself with people that inspire you and make you want to do better and be a better person. So pursue those friendships. I don't recommend pursuing friendships that are just, circumstantial. You just kind of work with them or are around them all the time. And, they might be fun to go out, eat dinner with every once in a while, go out for a drink, but they might not be the best person to really invest time into. And they're not the people who will really add anything to your soul and like build you up. You know what I mean? So just be able to distinguish between the two and really prioritize your time and figure out which people you want to spend your precious time with. Because at the end of the day, we are the product of the 5 people we spend the most time with. And usually that's our friends. So choose wisely when you're making friends. I just love talking about this topic. Friendship is so interesting, and I think everyone has had similar situations with friendship, whether it be drifting away from a close friend, growing apart, different things like that. The dynamic of close friendships is so interesting to me, especially female friendships. And if this is a topic that you want me to do more videos on, just let me know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up and I will gladly do it. And with that, I hope you guys have a great week. Don't forget to take care of yourself, eat good food, and I will see you in the next one.